Let's be honest, some of the Scarlet and Violet teams kinda suck. I'm looking at you, Gita. So in this video, I'll be giving new Pokemon teams to every major Paldea trainer that I believe fit them the most. Real quick, I just want to make it known that Penny, Arven, Sada, and Turo will not be getting new teams as they're honestly perfect the way they are. Everyone else is fair game though. So let's begin with the gym leaders. Starting with Katie. Her team will be Tarantula, Combee, and Terrabug Teddiursa. The change here is giving her Combee. Since they create honey, it fits well with Katie's baker theme, as she'd probably use it to make pastries. Brassius. His team will be Bramblin, Florigato, and Grass Terra Sudowoodo. Bramblin is here because it fits much better with Brassius's thorny looking design, especially when it evolves into Bramblegast. As for Florigato, I just think he's really cool, and would be a much better option than random ass Petalil and Smoliv. I mean, if you just put them together, you can see that they radiate some similar energy, you know? Iono. Her team will be Kilowattrel, Magneton, Bellibolt, and Electric Terra Mismagius. I decided to evolve her Wattrel so it can be a bit stronger, and added Magneton to reference her weird sentient Magnemite pins that totally should have been a regional Magnemite. Kofu. His team will be Veluza, Wugtrio, Tatsugiri, and Water Terra Crabominable. Ain't it weird how we have a sushi chef gym leader the same generation we get a sushi based Pokemon, yet he doesn't use it? Yeah, Kofu should have had Tatsugiri from the beginning. Larry! His team will be Komala, Herdier, the Dunsparce, and normal Terra Staraptor. I really like how Larry's team is just full of the most basic Pokemon you can think of, so giving him the most basic dog Pokemon would be a perfect fit as well. Herdier is literally just a dog. Rhyme. Her team will be Houndstone, Skeledirge, Goldango, and Ghost Terra Toxtricity. Skeledirge is a cool addition as it's based on a singer and uses a microphone based attack. As for Goldango, it's a perfect fit for Rhyme because it's a Pokemon you evolve by collecting lots of coins. And what do rappers like to rap about? Money. Tulip. Her team will be Espathra, Gothitelle, Farigiraf, and Psychic Terra Florges. Because Tulip is a model who focuses on beauty, Gothitelle is a great choice because it's based on an actual gothic fashion style. Grusha. His team will be Frostlass, Vanillux, Cetitan, and Ice Terra Altaria. Because Grusha's whole thing is that snowy mountains can be dangerous, the new additions help push that theme home. Vanilux's snow warning can cause devastating storms, while Frostlass takes advantage of the dangerous weather. Now time for the Team Star bosses, starting with Giacomo. His team will be Pawniard and Maschiff. Much like Team Star, Maschiff is a Pokemon that wants to be taken seriously, which is why he always has that goofy face. He does get Mabosstiff in the postgame, but I just think he should have had it since the beginning. Mela. Her team will be Torkoal, Salandit, and Charcadet. Originally, Mela was bullied for her looks, so giving her a female Salandit is perfect since Salazzle is a Pokemon that's known for attracting male Salandit. As for Charcadet, it's been said that Mela evolved a bunch of them to power the Starmobiles, so why wouldn't she have one on the team? Atticus. His team will be Ariados, Glimmet, Toxicroak, and Grafaiai. These Pokemon fit Atticus's poisonous ninja theme. Toxicroak and Ariados are pretty obvious. Glimmet sets up toxic spikes with its ability, and Grafaiai is known for its paint, which is the main inspiration of Atticus's outfit. Ortega. His team will be Klefki, Mimikyu, Doxbun, and Tinkatuff. As the creator of the Starmobiles, it makes sense to give Ortega Tinker-based Pokemon like Klefki and Tinkatuff. As for Mimikyu, it's just desperately searching for love just like Team Star. Aerie. Her team will be Hawlucha, Lucario, Pangoro, and Annihilate. Hawlucha fits with Aerie's masked wrestler theme. As for Pangoro, it's a Pokemon known for being violent, but it's actually kind-hearted and stands up to bullies, much like Aerie herself. Now let's move on to the Academy teachers, starting with Jacques. His team will be Mousehold, the Dunsparce, Farigiraf, Toedscruel, Wugtrio, and Rotom. Because Jacques is the biology teacher, I gave him a team that represents some of the more interesting biological Pokemon of Paldea. Mousehold gets unexplained new members and they all count as one Pokemon. The Dunsparce and Farigiraf are Paldean exclusive evolutions. The regional fakes are here because they're Pokemon I'm sure Jacques would want to study and figure out why they look the way they do. And Rotom is here because Jacques developed the Dex app on the Rotom phone. Dendra. Her team will be Blazing Breed Tauros, Phalanx, Medicham, Passimian, Mienshao, and Quaquaval. This is basically just a more diverse fighting type team. Since Dendra is basically the gym teacher of the academy, I gave her the sporty Passimian. And since she's pretty agile and always moving, I gave her Mienshao and Quaquaval. Miriam. Her team will be Oinkalone, Comfey, Indeedee, Blissey, Audino, and Arboliva, or Arboliva, or Arboliv, whatever. Miriam is the school nurse and is trying to become a health teacher, so her team is just filled with Pokemon you'd associate with nursing. Rhyfort. Her team will be Gengar, Spiritomb, Cofagrigus, Zoroark, Oricorio, and Ceruledge. She's a history teacher, so this team is supposed to reflect that. Spiritomb, Cofagrigus, and Ceruledge cover the spooky history, while Oricorio represents the culture of Paldea. Kind of. Saguaro. His team will be Wigglytuff, Appleton, Leavanny, Alcremie, Goodra, and Darkspun. This team is meant to represent the basics that are taught in home economics. Appleton, Alcremie, and Darkspun represent cooking/baking, while Leavanny is known for sewing, which is another handy home skill. Salvatore. His team will be Alolan Raichu, Alolan Executor, Galarian Weezing, Berserker, Aqua Breed Tauros, and Clodsire. This one is pretty self-explanatory. Since he's the language teacher, Salvatore's new team is made up of regional variants. Time. Her team will be Midday and Midnight Lycanroc, Barbaracle, Stonejourner, Garganicle, and Cloth. The Lycanrocs represent the different time of days, while the other Pokemon are just segmented rock types made up of multiple parts. Cause you know, math. Clavel. His team will be Poltegeist, Oranguru, Abomasnow, Drampa, Rapska, and Skeledirge. His team was honestly perfect as it is, so there really wasn't much to change here, but this team is basically supposed to radiate old man Clavel energy. As for Skeledirge, it's just the starter I think fits him the most and makes his team look a lot more intense. And lastly, let's end it off with the Elite Four and Champion. Starting with Rika. Her team will be Whiscash, Flygon, Toedscruel, Clodsire, and Ground Terra Gallade. Flygon is here just to give Rika a much cooler ground type that's not like Camerupt or Dugtrio. Toedscruel is here to give Rika more Gen 9 representation, and Gallade is here cause she kinda looks like a Gallade, not gonna lie. Of course she's the ground type user though, so I had to give it the Ground Terra type. I also found it odd that the Elite Four don't have at least one different Pokemon type, you know, like the gym leaders where they took advantage of the Terra type change, so I'm bringing that back here. Poppy. Her team will be Corviknight, Copperajah, Orthworm, Tinkaton, and Terra Steel Golurk. Orthworm is a kind of funny looking Pokemon, so I can see Poppy loving it. Plus it's a Gen 9 Pokemon, so we need more of those on the team. As for Golurk, it's her new Terramon. Since it looks robot-like already, it kinda fits the Steel type theme, especially after terrestrializing. Larry again. His Elite Four team will be Staraptor, Talonflame, Kilowattrel, Flamigo, and Terra Flying the Dunsparce. Because Larry is so average, he has a bunch of early bird Pokemon for his flying team. As for the Dunsparce, I made it the Terra Pokemon this time since it has wings and Dunsparce can kinda fly, so when it terrestrializes it can truly be the flying type it's trying to be. I don't know. I think it's funny, it works. Hassel. His team will be Flapple, Dragalge, Cyclizar, Salamence, and Terra Dragon Lapras. Salamence is going to be replacing Baxcalibur, since I'm going to be giving that to someone else. Cyclizar is here to give him at least one Gen 9 Dragon, and as for Lapras, it's a Pokemon that's already Dragon-like, so it's a perfect fit to get a Dragon Terra type. And now for the moment you've all been waiting for, Geeta. Her team will be Glimmora, Espathra, Garganicle, Armarouge, Baxcalibur, and King Gambit. Glimmora is a lame-ass ace and works far better as her lead Pokemon. Although Avalugg is a defensive Pokemon, Garganicle is a much better choice since it can actually represent Paldea. Armarouge is here to replace random Go-Goat, and you know, it's a cool Pokemon, so why not make the champion's team much cooler? Baxcalibur is here because it's the pseudo, it belongs with the champion. And lastly, King Gambit will be here to end things off because with its ability, it would have been the sickest ace ever. Nemona. Her team will be Palmont, Goodra, Cyclizar, Goldango, Palafin, and Meowscarada. Cyclizar and Goldango represent Nemona's travel across the Paldea region. Since she's already done the gym challenge before, that means she's had lots of adventures already. Since everyone in the Paldea region travels on Cyclizar, I imagine Nemona would have had one as well. And as for Goldango, I imagine Nemona would have collected enough coins to evolve it after her travels. Palafin is here just to give Nemona a really good Paldean Pokemon since she is champion level as well. Lastly, Meowscarada is the Paldean starter I believe fits Nemona the most. So give it to her, because I don't want it on my team. And there you have it, all the team changes I'd make in Scarlet and Violet. Let me know what you think along with your changes. As always, shout out to the amazing channel members for their extra support. To see videos like these days early, consider becoming a member as well. Last but not least, make sure to live your life to the fullest and have yourself a damn good one.